Wow, this is pretty cool. All right, here we go. Hey, hey. Okay. So I do the deep breathing first. Now let's get a little bit of blood flowing so we're not so cold. So we're going to do 15 slow prisoner squats. All it is, get some room because you're going to be sticking your booty out behind you. There you go. Okay. Got a lot of junk in the trunk? Okay. Here we go. Now when you squat, you want to drive your butt back behind you like you're sitting back in a chair, weights through the heels. You don't want your hips coming forward, the heels coming up, balls to toes. So just get a little bit of an athletic stance. If you any of you campers, it's like you're trying to go out in the woods. Okay? All right, come on, let's do 15 now. So when you go down, just go nice and slow. End up. All right, so you were doing this. All right, get that booty out the back. You're on the dance floor. Okay? Try not said that. Okay, here we go. Now prisoner squat. Now your knees are coming forward. Drive that butt back. Weights through the heels. Bring your hands up. And just go slow and limit. You know, if things are not feeling right, you're cold, just go slow. Good. Now I know you can't get your butt back behind you. That you're hitting that bumper on that car. Step out here. Come on. All right, here we go. Drive the booty out the back. Weights through your heels. Good. That's 6. You can stick your booty out the back a hell of a lot more than that. I got you. There, you do have a limiting factor there. All right, so hands up, and then hands down. Good, very good. Drive the butt back behind you. Good. Yeah, limit the range of motion. Just use common sense. If you got some issues, just work into it nice and slow. Good. All right, two more. What you'll find is if you go slow and listen to your body, the last 7 or 8 will be better than the first 7 or 8. But go into it slow and gingerly. Okay, now let's get a little blood flow, a little bit of warmth in the shoulder area. Old school arm circles, nice and slow. Let's do 10 to the front. Now, get you some room. Don't slap your partner. Quit horsing around. And this is real, you guys. Make them small. If you got some issues, make them small. You guys, this is really important. Hey, half to 3/4 of you guys have rotator cuff problems and issues, even if you don't know about it. How many here has had a rotator cuff surgery?
Don't raise your hand.
Don't. All right, here we go. 10. All right, here we go. 10 the other way, nice and slow. If you got issues in your arms, they're little circles. If you can go a little bit slower, slowly bigger circles. Good. All right, now while you got 5 more while you're doing this, pull your belly button in while you're doing this. Just activate those deep tummy muscles while you're doing this. That's always a good idea to work on your posture muscles while you're doing something else. If you guys are sitting in your chair at the office, you can work on pulling that tummy in and do those diaphragmatic, working that deep tummy muscle. All right, here's the real successful thing with rotator cuffs. We got a little bit of blood flow, a little bit of warmth in that capsule. We're gonna do what I nicknamed the scarecrow in the garden. All right, kick those elbows up. All right, this is really powerful. I've had over 10 guys thinking they had to have rotator cuff surgery, not have to have rotator cuff surgery, and almost all the pain gone and the range of motion back with these 2 things I'm going to share with you. It's real simple, very slow and methodical. Come up. Now the elbow wants to fall on the downstroke. You got to kick those elbows up. If you're looking in a mirror at home, you want to keep that upper arm parallel to the floor. And you know some guys are going to be limited right here on the first 7, but the next 7 you're going to be able to work on getting a little bit more of a range of motion. If you're doing it right, it's going to feel funky in there. That ball is turning in that socket joint in a way that it never turns before. And blood doesn't flow down, and do it slow and methodical. At home in the morning, do 15. Brush your teeth, go do your stuff, grab a couple cans of soup, 1 or 2 pounds, do 15 more. If you got a 3 or 5 pound dumbbell, then you can do 1 more set very slow with a 3 to 5 pound dumbbell. Does anybody feel a funky, weird feeling up in there?
Yeah.
Excellent. So I suggest 3 sets of those. I don't know what you guys are going to decide who the decision maker is, if anybody's going to try and implement this, but I got some ideas. Do some of this stuff at home. If you guys have rotator cuff challenges, Do those 3 sets at home. Get with me later if you get a lacrosse ball and you lean on that lacrosse ball against the wall and you go up and down, side to side, you'll find 3 or 4 spots that hurt like hell. What you do is you knead into it. There's knots and adhesions in there from years of injuries years ago. If you gouge a bunch of skin out of your forearm and bleed, right? What happens the next day? A hard scab. What is that? The body's trying to heal itself, right? So when you have an injury on your rotator cuff tendon or ligament or muscle, it's a hard scab on the inside that you can't pick off. So if a muscle's sliding filament, they're supposed to act healthy like that, right? If it's got a hard knot, that screws everything up, right? So that's what that's what adhesion, scar tissue, or trigger point is. So if you do 3 sets of these, scarecrow in the garden, and then you get that lacrosse ball and you get in those 2 or 3 spots that hurt, that's a scab on the inside that you can pick off with that lacrosse ball. Does that make sense? And then you get blood in there. Blood doesn't normally flow down in there. So those are the 2 things that I highly recommend any of you guys do, or girls, if you got rotator cuff problems or symptoms showing up, okay? Then, all right, we'll get into the big muscles of the shoulders, the deltoids. Real simple. Right arm out straight. All right, now here's where we're starting to get into the breathing technique. Take a big breath in and slowly exhale and pull that stiff arm across your body. Slowly pull it. Let that air out and relax. 3 and 2 and 1. And slowly let it go. We would do 2 on that side and 2 on the other side. For time's sake, I really want to get through the last 3, the most important of the back and the lower body. All right, big breath in the nose, the opposite arm. Keep that arm relatively stiff. Big breath in and exhale. Relax. People don't relax in the stretches. But the body, if you're all tight and you go quick, the body just doesn't let go. 3, 2, and 1. So we're not going to be able to do 2 on each stretch, but I promise you that if you did, you would feel like you could walk across the room and move very differently, more fluid. All right, let's get into what I call the twisting squat. This is amazing for your vertebrae of your lower and mid back. So get down in your athletic squat position. Drive that booty out the back, weights through the heels. All right, it's very simple. Take a nice big breath in, get your head up, butt down, and exhale, and slowly try to look behind you and twist off that right leg, twisting to the left. Keep slow. You want to dance and go quick, brother. Go slow, but you do got some good moves. And relax. Come back to the front. Let's do that. Let's go to the opposite side. Get down to your squat position, take a big breath in. Now very slow, try to look around to the right. You're pushing off your left leg. You're feeling your left hip and your left inner thigh. Exhale, 3. Keep trying to twist, 2. Slow and steady, 1. Come back to the middle, nice and slow. Good. This kind of stuff could really help you a lot if you do it consistent. I'm telling you. I already sort of know what your issues are just by watching. All right. No. That wasn't a joke. Physical issues. He's got a bad hip, got a bad foot, bad knee. All right. Yeah, I hear you. Do everything very, very slow and gingerly listen to what your body's telling you. So you're doing good with that being said. All right, one more. We got to do one more to each side. I want you to feel the second one. So now as we turn to the left, slowly push off this right foot and try to feel that right hip and thigh. Big breath in. And exhale. 4. And 3. Keep twisting. 2. And 1. Slowly come back. Come out of these stretches very, very slow. Very, very slow. It's very important. All right, the other side. Big breath in. Exhale, nice and slow. Twist and push off that left leg. Keep looking. 2. And 1. Slowly come back. Okay, this is probably the most important.